For more than 20 years, the greatest quarterback debate in football had a simple answer. Tom Brady. 7 Super Bowls, 5 Super Bowl MVPs, 3 league MVPs, 35 playoff victories, more passing yards than anyone in history, more postseason comebacks than anyone had ever imagined possible. The NFL spent 2 decades trying to find the next Tom Brady. It never happened. Peyton Manning was brilliant, but not as successful. Aaron Rodgers was more gifted, but not as accomplished. Drew Brees rewrote passing records, but never built a dynasty. One by one, every challenger fell short.
Then, Patrick Mahomes arrived. At first, he looked impossible. The no-look passes, the sidearm throws, the impossible scrambles, the plays that seemed completely broken before somehow becoming touchdowns. He didn't look like Tom Brady. He looked like something football had never seen before. And suddenly, a question that once sounded ridiculous became unavoidable. Can Patrick Mahomes actually catch Tom Brady? That question has become the defining quarterback debate of this era. Because Mahomes has already done something that no quarterback in NFL history has ever done. He started his career faster than Tom Brady. By the end of his first few seasons as a starter, Mahomes had already collected league MVPs, Super Bowl titles, Super Bowl MVPs, and multiple AFC championship appearances. His winning percentage was extraordinary. His playoff record was historic. His production was overwhelming. For years, analysts searched for comparisons. John Elway, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Dan Marino. Eventually, the comparisons stopped. Because Mahomes wasn't following anyone's path. He was creating his own.
And that's what makes this debate fascinating. Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes became legends in completely different ways. Brady was precision, preparation, discipline, timing. He didn't need to throw the prettiest pass. He needed the right pass, again and again, for 20 years. Mahomes is chaos under control. He extends plays that should already be over. He attacks angles that coaches rarely teach. He turns broken pockets into explosive plays. Brady mastered structure. Mahomes often defeats structure. Watching them feels like watching 2 different sports. Brady wins before the snap. Mahomes wins after the snap. Brady feels inevitable. Mahomes feels impossible.
But greatness isn't only about highlights. It's about winning. And this is where Tom Brady becomes the mountain that every quarterback must climb. Brady didn't dominate for 5 years. He dominated across generations. He won Super Bowls in the early 2000s. He won again in the middle of the 2010s. He won again at age 43. Think about that for a moment. Defenses changed, offenses changed, rules changed, teammates changed, coaches changed. The league evolved around him. Brady remained.
That level of longevity may be the greatest achievement in professional sports. Patrick Mahomes has already reached heights that most Hall of Fame quarterbacks never touch. But the Brady challenge is different. It isn't simply about reaching greatness. It's about surviving greatness for another decade. And history suggests that is much harder than becoming great in the first place. The NFL is filled with quarterbacks who looked unstoppable for a few years. Cam Newton, Russell Wilson, Matt Ryan. Even Aaron Rodgers experienced long stretches where championships never came despite extraordinary talent. One injury, one roster decline, one coaching change, one defensive adjustment. Dynasties disappear faster than anyone expects. Brady somehow escaped all of it.
Mahomes may have the strongest foundation of any quarterback since Brady himself. Andy Reid, a stable organization, elite coaching, consistent playoff success, a front office that understands championship windows. That's why many analysts believe this race is not fantasy anymore. It's mathematics. If Mahomes continues winning at anything close to his current pace, he will enter territory that only Brady has ever occupied. But there is another obstacle. Brady did something Mahomes has not done yet. He defeated Mahomes when it mattered most. The 2018 AFC Championship game, the 2020 Super Bowl. Those moments became symbolic. The old king refusing to surrender the throne.
Mahomes has beaten many great quarterbacks. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. But Brady remains the shadow that follows every comparison. Whenever Mahomes wins another championship, the conversation immediately returns to the same question. How many does he need? 5? 6? 7? Some fans argue that Mahomes doesn't need 7 rings. They believe his talent is already superior. Others argue that Brady's combination of winning, longevity, clutch performances, and historical records may never be surpassed. Both arguments contain truth. Mahomes may be the most naturally gifted quarterback the NFL has ever seen. Brady may be the most accomplished competitor the sport has ever produced.
The debate is not finished. In many ways, it has barely begun. If Patrick Mahomes retired today, Tom Brady would still be the undisputed greatest quarterback in NFL history. The gap is simply too large. 7 championships, 23 seasons, countless playoff moments that defined the league itself. But Mahomes is not retiring. He is still in his prime, still winning, still reaching conference championships, still collecting MVP votes, still adding chapters to a career that already feels impossible.
The most remarkable part of this story is that Brady's greatness once looked unreachable. Now, for the first time in years, someone has made it feel reachable again. Maybe Patrick Mahomes will eventually catch Tom Brady. Maybe he won't. Maybe Brady's 7 rings remain untouchable forever. But the fact that we can seriously ask the question is already historic. Because for more than 20 years, Tom Brady ended every quarterback debate. Patrick Mahomes is the first player who has forced the football world to reopen it.